Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call today. If you would, give us your thoughts on your spring practice, your spring game, and maybe an early look at how things shape up for the 2017 season, please.
Well, we also are having our spring game this Saturday on April 22nd.
Oh, my data isn't.
That's all right. No problem. We are, we've been excited about it. We've gone through 13 practices. We're going to have another one tomorrow morning. Feel really good about the team right now, as I know everybody does in the spring, but I enjoy spring football because you get an opportunity to work with all the players. And we're starting to get some competition. We've got, last year there was a huge difference between our ones and our twos. And some spots we had very little competition, but we're having that at more spots. So we're excited about that. And the guys have a very good grasp in year two of, our philosophy, offense, defense, kicking game. And we worked on a whole lot of those different areas that you don't really have a chance to work on during the season as much. We've done a lot of things with our kicking game and different situations and scenarios that our guys kind of had a grasp for last year and how we wanted to coach it, but now they have a much better understanding. So we're very happy where we're at right now.
We'll take questions for Coach Fritz, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll hear from Shannon Green with Orlando Sentinel.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you doing?
Good. Good afternoon.
Coach, with the early signing period becoming more of a reality now, I wonder what are your thoughts on that? Is it mostly a pro for you, or are there any concerns that brings?
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Obviously, we'll all know a lot more about it here in a couple of years. But, when you sign a young man, it's really a marriage between you and their families and the university. And I just really like collecting a lot of information. Also I like the benefit of, seeing their senior year and how they develop and both academically and, football wise and personally. And it's a little bit tougher for a school like Tulane. We're one of the top academic schools in the nation, and there's a lot of, oftentimes this early, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where they're at academically. If they've taken the test, if they've only taken it once. I've got 3 grown children of my own, and I know they improve each time they do take the test, so that's certainly important for us. But, it seems like the student athletes would like to have an early signing period, and they've done a lot of research with it. And, I don't know how many official visits we'll have early in April, May, June. I'm sure there's other schools that will have more than us. But if we're, positive about a young man and he really wants to make a decision early, we're going to have him in early.
With Tulane being a private school, you kind of mentioned that you could add some potential challenges for you. Could you expound upon what kind of challenges it presents for a school that, like Tulane, that is a private school and the academic standards are a little bit tougher?
Well, it's not so much the private part of it, but it's the academic part of it. We're the 39th ranked school in the nation academically. That's all colleges and universities at all levels. And, so it's a competitive school academically. And, the guy gets a degree here, it's going to affect him the next 40 years of his life, not the next 4 years. And we just want to make sure that we have guys that can compete in the classroom as well as on the football field. And luckily there's, we're a national university. Only 15% of our student body is actually from the state of Louisiana. So we got to cast a little wider net, but we can find those guys. But with this accelerated signing period, you just got to collect that information earlier and make decisions earlier. And you just want to make right decisions.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And next we'll move on to Dan Tortora with WakeUpCallDT.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. To start, the biggest changes that you've seen from your first season with Tulane into where you are right now in this spring, just those big pieces that you've taken away at this point.
Well, number one, we've got some competition at positions. I'm really thrilled about that. You know, the last ball game that we played at Connecticut, I believe we brought 56, 57 guys to the game. That was really all we had. You know, we're always going to have a difficult time with having very many walk-ons here because of it being a private school and the cost of the school. So we've had to, you know, learn and adjust how we practice. So with another recruiting class in here, and then this fall, I really feel like we'll be caught up, and we'll have some good, much better depth than what we had last season. And the kids just, you know, their basic understanding of what we're wanting to accomplish offensively, defensively, kicking game. Kept all my coaches. You know, there's not a whole lot of staffs in America that have the same staff 2 years in a row, much less 6 months in a row. So we've got all the same coaches. They're hearing the same message from the position coaches, the coordinators, the head coach, and they just have a much better grasp of what we're trying to do in all three phases, off the field, how we do things, how we approach things academically, all those different areas.
And then as far as not just Jonathan Banks, but junior college transfers as a whole, just what you can see about the importance of that and just what you saw in giving him an opportunity.
Oh, it's really helped us out. You know, we brought 6 kids in here at semester. One of them was a graduate transfer. Another one was an early enrollee from high school, and 4 junior college guys. We're allowed to bring those kids in provided they were qualifiers coming out of high school. So probably most of the time with the JC kid we're going to get is a bounce back guy that went to a 4-year school and then went to a junior college. And, you know, that's the case with Jonathan Banks. He, you know, went to Kansas State and went to Independence Community College and is here now. So he is, you know, we're going to make a final depth chart after the spring game on Saturday, but he certainly is in the mix to be a starter for us at the quarterback position.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach, we thank you so much for the time this afternoon. Best of luck with the spring game this Saturday and with the off season, and look forward to catching up again with you in the summer.